What is SafeMoon Media Group and why am I bringing this up in a video? Those are good questions and we're going to do the best that we can to answer that. So let's go ahead and start off here over on Twitter with a post earlier today from Danology in which he posts hashtag SafeMoon Media Group, and there's a link to LinkedIn, and we can see this graphic right here in which it says 4th of July Blockathon at the American University in Cairo. And then down below that, you'll notice says Draper Goren Home, SafeMoon Media Group, as well as several other companies. And then on the left-hand side here, it says you can win CSPR, Casper. But look at these highlights. You got blockchain and AI, build a blockchain game focused on gaming. And then it goes through the highlights that's going to be for the day. So the reception, welcome keynotes, blockchain overview, AI overview, lunch break, project pitch, project presentation. And this is going to be based out of a hall. All right. So we scroll down here in the comments. I want to shout out to Joel Collinson, who posted saying, looked it up at the UK government company database, and they provided a link. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about the SafeMoon Media Group here in just a moment. All right, so the link that goes over to LinkedIn is a post here from, please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this, Sharif G. Ali Ahmed, in which he says, calling on AUC, which again, this is for the American University in Cairo, so it's based out of Egypt, computer science and engineering students to participate. Students from other majors with relevant programming experience are welcome. Rules and conditions apply. So this individual is the professor, or a professor, and chair, but he is the professor of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the American University in Cairo. And the AUC, they also have their own their own LinkedIn page. They just go on to say they enjoy the trust, credibility, and excellent reputation inside AUC nationally and internationally. And then their company size, it's about 1,000 to 5,000 employees according to their LinkedIn page. Those are side bits. So, what is so important about this? It's really what seems to be taking place at the event, and that specifically we're talking about SafeMoon Media Group. So when you're talking about blockchain, AI, especially the blockchain element, we know SafeMoon is working on building their own blockchain. This also says building blockchain games. We know that SafeMoon was working on doing games, right? Working in the metaverse. And it talks here throughout the course of the day that there's keynote speakers, so possibly we'll see somebody from SafeMoon's team going up there and speaking. The way that this is laid out would typically suggest to me that this is a set of sponsors. And in a sense, think about it, this is really gearing towards students, and it says you can win Casper. So sponsorship prize could be the Casper. But realistically, I think what this is a possible recruiting opportunity. What's also interesting to note is that with this being based in Egypt, we know from past conversations, SafeMoon had been looking to try and be a part of South Africa. Sudan was one of these locations. So it's interesting to see that this is taking place over in Cairo. So now let's go ahead and talk about SafeMoon Media Group Limited. This is the link that the individual I mentioned earlier through the comments, which was, let's go ahead and go back here, that was thanks to Senor Joel. So here's some details and what we could find. Company number 134814880. The overview. So with this, it's based out of the United Kingdom, and it does identify that their company status is active. And they're identified as a private limited company. This was incorporated back in 2021 on June 28th. Now, something interesting is, let's go ahead and go over here to people. You're going to notice something. Shows 2 officers, 1 resignation. The 2 officers are John Caroni, who's identified as having an active role for director, shows that he is an American, country of residence is in the United States. But Jack Hines, or Haynes, I forgot how to say his last name, he resigned. And he resigned September 5th of 2021. His country of residence, United Kingdom. So locally speaking, this company, which is based in the United Kingdom, would have been more convenient for someone like Jack, whose country of residence was in the United Kingdom. But John is not in the United Kingdom. John is in the United States. And this is only identifying 2 officers, one of which is no longer working. So in case you guys were wondering, oh, who's the other officer? The other officer was Jack. But because Jack is no longer working there, that's why it shows 1 resignation. So technically, the only current officers that's being identified here is John Caroni. Maybe there's other employees that are not really being identified with officer roles, and they're working at this headquarter office location. Not exactly sure on that. So let's go check out the filing history on this. So we go back to June 28th of 2021. That's when it was incorporated. Then September 14th, there was that termination of Jack Hines. Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing his last name. January 21st, you have confirmation statement. September 26th of 2022, registered office address was changed. So they moved the location, but kept it in the United Kingdom, which I thought was interesting. September 26th, director's details changed. Then confirmation statement on February 6th. April 20th, change of details for Mr. John Caroni as a person with significant control on April 1st. And that's also a little bit confusing to me, because if he was the only officer here, then why was it months later that these changes were taking place? Was it just negligence on their part to file the update, or does it take time in the system? I don't actually know the answers to these questions. I'm just surprised that it's not showing that when there was the termination of Jack Hines, we didn't see the same day or within days that change as well, as far as the person with significant control. That did not happen until April 20th, the next year. Micro company accounts made up to June 30th. That was actually dated on April 27th there. And it was dating these made up to June 30th of 2022. And then look at this, May 2nd of 2023, this year. So this was just a month ago, right? A month and a half ago. Current accounting period extended from June 30th, 2023 to December 31st, 2023. So the accounting period, they extended it out to the end of this year. This group also, through a separate website, this is through my own separate search, it suggests that its net worth is estimated to be zero pounds. So to be fair, again, I'm not exactly sure how they're basing these estimates off of the company and how much activity that's done by comparison to what the main SafeMoon headquarters has done. The SafeMoon Media Group, I don't really think that they've had an opportunity to do much, let alone try and make any kind of a profit. So I think more or less it's just been, they have the company, they're waiting to do things with it, and until they actually start doing business, then obviously it's not actually having any worth. What's interesting, though, with that at the same time is that if they are sponsoring this project over here, with this, where's the money coming from? So I'm guessing that if they are sponsoring this, the money is being redirected over from the hire company. Legally speaking, I don't know fully if it's fine to do that or not. I don't even know how much that they're technically spending on this. There's multiple names that are on here. I would suspect they're not really putting too much in. It's targeting college students. So I think this is, again, just wild speculation on this. I don't think it's a big deal if they really spent much of anything on this, because if maybe it just came out of John's own pocket. But I think the main objective goal out of this is that they're trying to find potential blockchain games that they could have that would come over to the SafeMoon blockchain. That's my speculation on this. So they want to see what people are pitching, what prospects that they have, potentially bringing them on board and having them continue to develop things out as part of this big umbrella. Love to know what you guys think about that. Tell us your thoughts down in the comments below. That's what I got for you in this video. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Also thank you to my YouTube members for your support. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode.